It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Here comes Williams on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Right to the air, Burrow. St. Brown's got it. Complete. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. On 1st down, here's Burrow. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. He picks up 15 on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Option headed to the left on 1st down. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Hill comes in motion left. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need one more now on 3rd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Gibbs now from the gun. And he's brought down after a decent gain. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Gibbs does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. They'll run. It's Gibbs. And he's in for the touchdown. The Lions finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, and your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short. Lamar now from the gun. He's got Andrews. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap to Jackson. This time they're going to get there and they drop him. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, 1st sack on the board, and the 1st drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. This will be caught by Adams. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. They were Johnny on the spot.
And the Lions into a nickel set for 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Has a man, it's Brown. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Lions will go on offense. So the Lions headed out for their second drive of the game. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Hill comes in motion left. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Burrow throwing out of the pistol. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
This one's taken in by Hill. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
To throw again, it's Burrow. This is complete to Gibbs. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio. This guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10. Burrow from the gun. That's complete to Sam Laporta. Have him gain up about a handful there. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Looking to throw, Burrow. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. The tip definitely broke up that throw. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference. You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he opts not wants to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. They'll have to be quick about anything they want to do here. We're just moments away from halftime. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's Steven Sims with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Raven offense headed out for this first series of the second half. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. Third quarter starts with a run from Henry. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. From the gun, Jackson escapes the pocket, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield throwing it up.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be their football. The Lions offense returning to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 34. On the move, headed right. He slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. He gets 6 on that play. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide in practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
1st down, Burrow to throw. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. And it sets up 2nd down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
This is Gibbs on second down. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
We see the Ravens making their way out now. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lamar back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, Henry. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They get 6 and a first down as well. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. They're set up at the 35 now. First down, here's Lamar. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
2nd and 10 now. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
I'll tell you this, Kate. They doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Tight end going in motion here. Just got it away before the hit button. It doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. And that might do it for him, Brock. Doesn't reach the markers. They turn it over on downs here in the 4th.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
They give to Gibbs on the option. Pushing for the red zone. They get 28 out of that play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Cut near the goal line. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush and pass. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Burrow out of the shotgun. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it's 3rd and short. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does.
And the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Baltimore running its offense out now. And with this loss already assured, they at least want to find some points and avoid being shut out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now it's Lamar. Complete, Derrick Henry. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Andrews with the catch. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable. And it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 3. It's taken in by Lamb. And he has them a 1st down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning.
A gain of 26 yards. 1st down, Ravens.
Putting the tight end in motion. From the red zone now. Short pass brought in. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. And again, it's Jackson. The throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the 1st. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Jackson yet again. Has it in close. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes down at the 1.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
Jackson has it, 3rd and goal. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Running for it. Here's Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Ravens get it back to within 2 possessions. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
Ravens 7.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And no luck, the Lions there to recover. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. This will be a nice win for the Lions, who draw closer to it as they take a knee. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
The Lions readying for the punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Absolutely crushed his 1st punt, and here's another huge one. And it sails out of bounds. That's a good kick. Got all the way down to what looks like the 10-yard line before leaving the field. So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ball game. From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. Here comes Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Gibbs. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 28. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st down throw, Mahomes. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Right to the air, Burrow. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Burrow from the gun. This one's to Andrews outright. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Henry's going to try to pick it up. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
1st down, ball at the 36. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Gets this one to Andrews. He's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 27. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. This throw is cupped. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. This might be a free play for him. And oh, he got it! Interception! Sauce Gardner with the INT. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Burrow setting to throw. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. CeeDee Lamb with the touchdown. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And they got off on the wrong foot here with that opening drive interception that led to points the other way.
Yeah, and what this defense has shown is they are going to capitalize on your mistakes, and not just a little, but by a lot. So from here on out, you better play some mistake-free football because this defense is hunting for more.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Another one for Gibbs. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. We're working a couple yards past the line. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Handoff to Gibbs from the gun. And they had that one contained right at the line. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
And the Ravens going nickel, 3rd down. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. From the gun, a run for Henry. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pull out in front further, 13-zip. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead, I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. Return's looking good so far. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And Brock, they are not off to a good start. 2 drives, 2 giveaways. I think they could call this a win if this drive just doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, there's got to be some voices of calm within this offense to play smart, not scared. Play smart and take care of the football, but you can't be scared to make a mistake, or typically one will follow.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Off play action, it's Mahomes. We'll get this to Jefferson. Still has some space inside the 35. He will go! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions make it a 1-score game before halftime. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Burrow throwing out of the pistol. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And now it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. Third and just 2 to go. They send the tight end in motion. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. That's caught for the first. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. To throw again, it's Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Burrow out of the shotgun. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against the rush that came off the line, ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Jordan Stouts headed out to punt it away on fourth. And he sends this one straight up, trying to stick them deep. Fair catch made here at the 30. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. The Lions getting one more series here before halftime. And they're not going to be able to do much, Brock. Only 13 seconds left until the half. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. First and 10, it's Mahomes. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. This offense getting to take the field one more time in the half. And they may not be able to take a knee safely this close to the goal line. Might need to run a play to end this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Back to throw it. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. So from a mile away, they'll send out the field goal unit to take a shot at this one. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes the Baltimore offense to begin quarter number 3. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Burrow. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So it's second down coming up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. As soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
They send the tight end in motion left. On second and 10, Burrow again. And the Lions get him. Down he goes. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
A 5th defensive back into the game for the Lions. Third down coming. Now Burrow. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Lions more than happy to take over in enemy territory. First and 10 from the 41. Looking to throw Mahomes. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Motioning the tight end now. From the 17. Fights off the pressure. He finds Laporta.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Play action, Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Again, Mahomes to throw. This one's caught. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions start the 2nd half with some needed points. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions tie things up at 14. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Ravens trotting out their offense. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Into traffic, complete. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Second and 3 now. Burrow setting up the play action. To the sideline, and Adams snags it. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Here's Henry running left. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
On first down, here's Burrow. It's taken in by Lamb. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Second and 3 now. Burrow setting to throw. Sideline throws wheeled in by Likely. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. It's a gain of 4 there. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not. I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys can take some notes and have to stay in position, and most importantly, swat that pass away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Jukes one defender, and he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
And the Lions into a nickel set for third down. Looking to throw. Cut at the 10-yard line. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Give them about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets them up with first and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll run here with Henry. And give him 6 on the run as that play takes us to the 2-minute warning. He picks up 6. They're going to have second and goal at the 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Henry will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down. Third and goal, Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Justin Tucker out for the field goal. A lot of pressure hovering over this kick. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. That one is good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed the lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Hill now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Lions get ready to return to the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. He'll give this to Jefferson. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. They strike for 23 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And they get this down to the 28. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. To go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S. Because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games.
It's intercepted! That will do it! Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And it's going to be remembered quite a bit for the defensive effort right there at the end to steal away the last bits of hope from the opposing sideline with that interception, Brock, and officially end this game. With Brock Huard and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.